Today, ladies and gentlemen, we could be starting a new series right here on the channel, and that is called Pick Between the Two. Now, what is Pick Between the Two? And this is WWE Edition, by the way. You're going to see two WWE superstars pop up on the screen, and I'm basically going to pick, what superstar I think is the better overall superstar. Now, when I pick these superstars, I'm going to pick which superstar I think has the better overall total, package of promo ability, star power, match quality, storytelling, character work, all the above, checking off more boxes than the other one, basically. So no bias here. I'm not going to pick my personal favorites. I'm going to pick which superstar I legit think is the better overall superstar, obviously given my receipts and my explanations with that as well. Can't wait for this. I'm excited because it's going to be, a little controversial for some people. I'm sure some people are going to agree to disagree, and that's totally fine. Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section below. And also, before we start, make sure to subscribe, like, and share as well. Turn on the notifications to be updated with all pro wrestling content right here on this YouTube channel, and to be updated every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time zone when we go live for the No Name Wrestling podcast. We do allow the viewers and subscribers to come on the channel from time to time to engage with us, to have friendly debates and friendly conversations. So if that's something you want to be a part of, this is the platform for it. Make sure you sub to the channel. FYI too, these are all going to be random matchups too. So these are just random matchups, and I'm just going to pick what superstar, based off the matchup I think is better overall. Ooh, we starting off hot, aren't we, man? Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. You know what? This conversation would have been very different 6-7 years ago, because when the Shield split up, WWE made it very clear who their next face of the company was going to be, and it was Roman Reigns. But despite that time frame when Roman was the big dog, there were so many people vouching that, saying that Seth Rollins was better than Roman and he deserved the WrestleMania main events over Roman because he was just a better overall talent, and Seth Rollins should have been the guy in Roman's position, and he should have been the face of the WWE. But you know what? Over the last 4 years, almost 5 years now, since Roman has evolved to the tribal chief, it's not even close if you ask me. The answer is Roman Reigns. He's just eclipsed Seth, and he's just evolved more, in all aspects in a better way. I think Roman has evolved in the promo ability, the character work, his match quality. Seth Rollins is a better in-ring performer, yes, but his match quality is up there. The moments he's provided with the Bloodline storyline, his storytelling is immaculate. Roman Reigns, honestly, from a storytelling perspective, might be a hot take for some people, depending on who you ask, I guess. Roman Reigns could go down as maybe the greatest storyteller in WWE history when it's all said and done, just strictly off storytelling alone. His storytelling is just, it's mind-blowing. It's phenomenal. Seth Rollins is still great, but I feel like Roman Reigns has just outleaped Seth Rollins at this stage right now, man. Like, Roman Reigns right now, honestly, is cracking like Mount Rushmore GOAT conversations. I don't put Seth Rollins in that criteria right there. And that's not a knock to Seth Rollins. I don't hate Seth Rollins. I'm not hating on the guy. Seth Rollins is phenomenal. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's one of the best talents we've ever seen, to me, in ring-wise, bell to bell. I think he's spectacular, but Roman Reigns just checks off more boxes at this stage, and the whole Tribal Chief run has put him at a higher echelon that honestly nobody could have ever saw coming. We got a women's matchup right here, Lita and Becky Lynch. To me, it's Becky Lynch for sure. I think Becky Lynch is the GOAT. I think she's the greatest WWE women's superstar of all time. And that seems to be like a big hot take for some people, which is a surprise to me, honestly. But I think Becky Lynch is the literal GOAT. She's the only woman to say that she was the face of the entire WWE. If you truly think of how impactful that is, if you can truly fathom and wrap your head around that, that speaks volumes. If you go back and look at what women's wrestling was, especially during the Lita era, and then to say fast forward years later, there was a woman that was the face of the WWE, and her name was Becky Lynch. She got so big and so beloved that she was the face of the WWE, the biggest star in the company over any man and any woman. And when I say the face of the company, not everybody can have that title. We're talking about Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, John Cena. Like, Becky Lynch was that for an entire year. Now, granted, 2019 is one of the worst years in WWE history, but that wasn't a knock on Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch still did her part very well that year. She wasn't one of the bad things about WWE in 2019. So, not to mention, her character work is top tier. Her promos are great. And her matches are great too. Even though her in-ring skills are very subpar compared to other women's wrestlers, there were other very talented overall, just in-ring women wrestlers that are better than Becky Lynch in-ring wise, but Becky Lynch is still able to go out there and tell phenomenal storylines and still have great matches and great championship runs on top of that. That's why she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. She helps make other stars look good, and she, knows how to make herself look good in the same process. She checks off every box. This might be an interesting one, I guess, depending on who you ask. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. To me, the answer is Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair is a better overall talent, better in-ring. Promos, you can kind of match up, I guess. Character work, maybe you can match up, but I think Bianca is just more skilled, and she just has a better resume as far as her body of work right now. Rhea has won a Royal Rumble, so has Bianca, but Bianca got to go to the main event of WrestleMania, and Rhea didn't. Bianca is one of the very few women to main event WrestleMania, and she did it at her very first WrestleMania. So Rhea Ripley, though, and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, I think is one of the top 5 greatest women's matches I've ever seen. Rhea is not far behind. I think she's creeping up there. She's climbing that ladder, and she's cementing her resume further and further. I think 2023 was her real breakout year, where people really finally realize that Rhea Ripley has come into her own and that she's arrived and cemented herself to be one of the top stars in the women's division. I definitely think Rhea Ripley has become more popular than Bianca, though. I think Rhea has eclipsed Bianca in the popularity aspect. I think Rhea Ripley is going to go down as one of the biggest and most popular women superstars we've ever seen when it's all said and done. So when it's all said and done, this conversation might be a little bit different, but as of right now, the answer is Bianca Belair. Kurt Angle and Triple H. Triple H has had a better overall WWE career because Kurt Angle was only in WWE for 6 years during his prime, and then he went to TNA and had a better TNA career than WWE during those years, right? Triple H has had a better overall WWE career, but I think Kurt Angle is the better overall pro wrestler. I think he's the better overall talent. Kurt Angle was definitely better in ring. Promos, you can kind of match up, neck and neck if you want to say. Entertainment value, Kurt Angle could just be as entertaining as Triple H, if not better, you could say. Triple H is a better heel, but Kurt Angle was still a phenomenal heel in his own right. And babyface wise, Kurt Angle could be a good babyface as well, as good as Triple H if you ask me. Overall, talent wise, I think Kurt Angle was a better overall pro wrestling talent, but Triple H had the better overall WWE career. That's undeniable. More WrestleMania main events, more championships, just better matches overall, longevity too. Like, better matches overall. What I mean by that is, like I said, Kurt Angle wasn't around in WWE long enough. Like, he's had great matches, but Triple H just had better overall great matches because he stuck around more. So yeah, that's how I break that down. Kurt Angle is the better overall pro wrestler, but strictly just WWE wise, Kurt Angle did not have a better WWE career than Triple H. Listen, before I say what I'm gonna say, I mean this with all due respect. Jeff Hardy is an absolute legend, but there are different levels to this, man. Jeff Hardy is great, but he's not on the same criteria, not on the same echelon as Shawn Michaels. This is a very weird matchup if you ask me. Shawn Michaels is definitely the answer. In-ring wise, it's not even close. Shawn Michaels is the greatest in-ring performer of all time. Heel work, babyface work, body of work. It's Shawn Michaels, bro. It's Shawn Michaels. I get Jeff Hardy is a lot of people's favorites. Jeff Hardy, I think, is one of the most beloved wrestlers of all time, especially if you grew up during the Jeff Hardy era of his popularity rise and he was your favorite and everything. I get it. Nostalgia plays a major factor, but keeping it real here, it's Shawn Michaels, and it's not close if you ask me. Liv Morgan and AJ Lee. This is interesting because they're both in different eras. AJ Lee is definitely better in the promo game. Liv Morgan, I mean, in ring wise though, it's kind of similar because Liv Morgan isn't excellent in ring, but she's not terrible either. AJ Lee wasn't excellent, but she wasn't terrible either. But she does come from a different era where she wasn't around in like the women's evolution when it was really taking off, and being able to be a part of the women's division now, like Liv Morgan is, where women's wrestling is taken more seriously and given better opportunities. AJ just comes from a different era. Like, she left right before all that stuff happened, so overall, talent-wise, character work, Liv Morgan is pretty good at character work, but AJ Lee, when she was playing the psychopath and stuff, she was excellent. Plus, AJ Lee is one of the few wrestlers, too, though, that was a women's superstar that was able to evolve in storylines without a title. Don't forget about that stuff she did with Kane, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and everything. She played the general manager. She had different layers to her. She was able to expand more. So, I'm going to say AJ Lee for those reasons. She was able to expand a lot more than Liv Morgan was. I actually really freaking like this matchup right here. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, I think, is a lot more close than some people want to think. You think about WWE career-wise, I mean, it's very neck and neck. Now, Punk was gone for a long time in WWE. I get that, but so was Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes left WWE too, and, he came back, and just based off the last 4 years, he's won 2 Royal Rumbles, which CM Punk has never won a Royal Rumble, and he's also main evented 3 WrestleMania. CM Punk's never main evented a WrestleMania, even though he should have, years ago. Championship reigns, they both have had a long title reign and everything. Like, man, WWE career-wise, Cody Rhodes went from being somebody who had potential to being a mid-carder to a jobber, and then coming back to being a bona fide, solidified main event guy. I love the promo battle they both had going into 2024 Royal Rumble. If you remember when CM Punk said, "Hey, I'm more of the American dream than you are, Cody, because I didn't come from the wrestling royalty family," which is fact. But then Cody Rhodes came back with that receipt and said, "Hey, man, you know what? That may be true, but I'm more CM Punk than you are, because you cut that pipe bomb promo. That was great, but I literally went out and did like everything you said in that promo that you didn't do," which is true, because Cody was like a needle mover on the indie scene around that Bullet Club era when it was really popping off, man, so, man, Punk is better at promos, I would say. In-ring wise, can go bar for bar. I think CM Punk, storytelling wise, is a better storyteller right now at this stage. Popularity wise, Cody is very popular, but CM Punk's popularity is like revolutionary, if you ask me, man. Like, they chanted this guy's name for years, consistently for years, when he was gone from wrestling, begging him to come back. And he had 2 of the biggest returns of all time. Man, talent-wise, though, oh, man. This is very tough, man. This is very tough. I'm going to say CM Punk as of right now. Talent-wise, I think CM Punk is a little better. WWE career-wise, honestly, it's kind of neck and neck if you really think about it. Just based off what Cody Rhodes has done the last couple of years, he's put himself up there. We might have to revisit this in the future. This answer is John Cena. There are some things that Randy Orton does do better than John Cena. I think in-ring wise and character work, I would give to Randy Orton. I think, especially as a heel, man, Randy Orton's heel work, we never saw John Cena be a heel at that top level once he became the guy. But John Cena never needed to evolve until that heel turn either, though, if you think about it, because he was so big in wrestling and he helped impact an entire generation. Yes, there were some people that stopped watching wrestling because of John Cena. We get it, but he literally impacted more people than I think than people stopped watching. He impacted such, a generation that he has more make-a-wishes than like any celebrity in history. We're not even talking just wrestling. We're talking any celebrity in history. It speaks volumes about his impact right there. John Cena, even though he was always known to be the 5 moves of doom, or to be known like as a guy who couldn't wrestle, which is crazy. He's got, a crazy catalog of bangers in WWE. If you really look at his bag, and you unleash his bag of great matches, he's got a lot of great matches in WWE. From like 2005 to like 2017, you could probably say he had a match of the year contender in WWE like each year, bro. His bag is crazy with match catalogs, with many different superstars, bro, with many different styles. So the answer is John Cena, though. Like, Randy Orton was never the guy. John Cena was always the guy over Randy Orton. He was always clear-cut number 1. John Cena's legacy and impact is just way bigger than Randy Orton's, if you ask me. And he's just a better overall superstar. This is the hardest one that I've gotten yet, by far. This is literally like the perfect matchup. Asuka and Io Sky. It's literally neck and neck. In-ring wise, I think they're like Asuka's great in-ring wise, but so with Io. Io is more of a high flyer, can do more, versatile stuff, but this is tough. I'm not gonna lie. This is the hardest one I've gotten yet by far. This is very neck and neck, bro. This is like, oh man, this is the perfect matchup right here. Man, I gotta pick though, man. I gotta pick. I might have to flip a coin in this one, bro. Do I have a coin somewhere? Because I might have to flip one. This is the toughest matchup that I've had yet by far in this pick between the two, man. This makes you like want to pull your hair out because it's really tough, man. This is really like neck and neck, if you ask me. I gotta pick though. Don't want to waste any more time. Better overall between Asuka and Io. WWE career wise, I mean, Asuka has done more, I think, WWE wise for sure. First Women's Royal Rumble winner. She's won more championships and everything, so she's had a better overall WWE career. But talent wise, I think I'm gonna say Io, bro. On the talent, man, I think Io just edges her a little bit more, which is not hard to say. Last matchup, Tiffany Stratton has very unlimited potential. The sky is the limit for her. I think 5 years from now, Tiffany Stratton will have reached the levels that people are really expecting her to reach. The answer is definitely Charlotte Flair, though. Don't get it twisted. Right now, it's definitely Charlotte. I don't know if Tiffany will ever even catch Charlotte, but I mean, Tiffany Stratton is really good in ring. Like, she has the it factor. She's checking off all boxes. Like, she could reach, maybe that Charlotte level. That's a big maybe, but Charlotte Flair's body of work is bigger. She's a better overall talent right now for sure, too. Like, Charlotte Flair, to some people, is the GOAT. You know what I mean? She's the greatest woman superstar for some people. So it's definitely Charlotte Flair as of right now. And I think it probably will remain that way. Like, Tiffany Stratton, I think, like I said, has unlimited potential, but I don't know if she'll get to that Charlotte level. Could she? Yes. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the future. But yeah, Charlotte Flair is the answer right now. Some of those were tough. That's all we're going to do today as far as matchup wise for this pick between the two. If you want to see a part 2, let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure some people are going to go crazy in the comment section below, and that's totally fine. That's why we're all entitled to our opinion. We can agree to disagree. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section. If you disagree with me, also let me know in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts and your process of thinking. So yeah, this was tough, man. Some of these were fairly easy. Some of these shouldn't even be matchups, if you ask me, but there were some ones that were very hard to pick. Asuka and Io definitely was the toughest matchup to me. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure, once again, to subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notifications for this YouTube channel. If you want to see more content related right here on this channel, click the video right here. If you want to check out the No Name Wrestling Podcast, you're in luck because you can click the playlist right here to check out all episodes.